Hey, everybody. It's Charlie Matthews here with Empowering Women in Industry. I just am so excited because it's National Welders Month and we've had so much content and so many amazing community members being active online. It's been wonderful to see. And I just reached out to DeIla Ray because she is my favorite welder. I can say that. She's the first one that I knew that brought the energy to our conference. And she's doing some amazing things. She's a member on our steering committee, and she has just a plate full of things now. She is now a welder instructor. So she was not that when I met her. She's done so much work and so much growth in just just a couple of years. And it's just a remarkable, it's remarkable to see how much we can do when we, get out of our own way for one, right? And just have that support of women around us. So, Deanna, welcome. I'm excited to have this interview with you.
Hi, Charlie. Thank you so much for having me. Of course, I am a fan of April since it's National Welding Month. And when you asked to talk, I was like, let's spread the word.
Absolutely, absolutely. So, let's just start with what is it like to be a welder?
It's like a dream job every day. And even in the realm of being an educator now, in from starting in the field and just the process throughout, being eager to learn and that like hunger to do better and just want to learn everything you can certainly pushed me to be, I think, as successful as I am. And taking those steps has definitely laid the path where I am today, going from working in industry for almost a decade, and then now as a welding instructor, being in my second year. And being a welder is phenomenal. And then now getting to share that love for welding with our future generations, it's really cool. I catch myself literally walking around the shop, which the Heart Career Center here in Mexico, Missouri, is top of the line. And I catch myself being like, this is my job. Okay, this is my job. This is fun. This is my job.
Yes, and just welding in general, there's kind of these different phases, right? But at the very core of it, I feel like it's an art. Would you describe it that way? I'm just curious. I'm an outsider. I don't weld every day or anything, but I tried it at a community college during one of their, hard hat and high heel days, and it was just like the coolest, but also like I felt like a very skilled job as well.
Absolutely. I always say it's an art. I am certified in stick welding and TIG welding. And with stick welding, it's definitely a form of art to me, but TIG welding, that to me is like the art of art when it comes to welding. It's the duality of both hands, both feeding the wire and running the TIG torch. And you just, you have to be fluid with your movement and precise, and the colors that you can see at times from them and the range you want them is always awesome to see. And that's exactly what it is in art. And I've been able to use my skills with welding to create welded art as well now after my years and experience. And so things like a 9/11 memorial, I was very honored to be a part of and help build and weld together, and things like that. It's what led me to be able to do this. Just welding in general, it's an art, definitely.
So, how did you stumble upon welding as a career? Like, did somebody introduce it to you? Like, how did you start that process?
Very haphazardly. I had zero experience. I never went to a career center or tech school when I was in high school. I was actually enrolling back to go into college to finish my bachelor's degree for psychology. And I had about 3 months to go until classes were starting and my husband's job was hiring. And I always forget to say that I started in the office. I always go straight to, I was a fire watch. No, I actually started in the office. I started in the office doing roll call, essentially, marking who's there for the day, getting new hires set up for their OSHA testing and things like that. And then I was moved into, ironically, the weld log office of all places to be put into and helped categorize and, just put into spreadsheets what welds have been completed, if there are repairs and things like that. So I got my first glimpse into what welding was doing on a job site. And then it wasn't until I was asked to be one of the fire watch. And so I was pulled from the office into the field in the middle of North Dakota during the winter and got my first experience of seeing a spark. And it's truly like a bug zapper, if you will. Like, we are bugs and welding arcs are the bug zapper. And you're drawn to it the moment you see it. And that's exactly how it was for me. And so I picked up my first stinger as a fire watch and was told, you're going to be all right with this. Keep at it. And that's exactly what I did, and worked on any of my downtime and earned certifications and just kept progressing and working my way up and finding new passions within welding, being now a teacher. So it's been just full circle.
Yeah, and I think that that is what, and I have chill bumps right now because I just think of how you can recruit women, men, in any field to say, like, just try it, just come into this, and see if this is a path for
Yeah.
you. And I think that you being able, and we've already seen this, being a woman in the industry and an instructor, you've already seen more women coming into your program, young girls coming into the program to learn. How rewarding is that for you?
It's so great to see. And I'm learning ways to like help integrate them into even my reaches outside of school. Things like the National Association of Women in Construction. There are student member chapters as well that you can be a part of with it. And I can invite them
Yes.
to some of our events. What was that?
I was gonna say, yes, I know that you have been doing so much and you have a jam-packed summer too. Tell us a little bit about what you do have going on and how people can get involved to help.
Oh gosh, there's so many things going on this summer. I know I'm attending the Welding Educators Conference in Troy, Ohio in June, where it's going to host welding instructors from across the country. And I was asked to speak at the conference on behalf of how women can be better retained in the industry, how we can keep women not only joining these programs to learn how to weld, but also enter the workforce and stay there and be successful there. And
I
so
wanna go to that one. That just
you're
just
like,
so
let's
just
go.
pause. Who does not want to attend that one? That's awesome.
Yeah, and I was told as well that this is the first time that Hobart Welding Institute of Technology has a woman instructor, and so I will also be able to go and join them and meet their class, which looks like a awesome large class of ladies going through the program. So. Just a lot of cool things there. And then in June, my NAWIC chapter. So I'm with the Central Missouri National Association of Women in Construction, Chapter 341. I am the vice president, and we are joining the Habitat for Humanity to do a Women's Build Day. It's actually for a weekend. We're going to build structures, I believe it's homes, that they have going on for us with it. And from there, I'm going to go back to Troy, Ohio in July, where I will spend 2 weeks doing an accelerated course to hopefully earn my certified welding educator and certified welding inspector certification, which will once again just continue to further progress me in the welding industry, both academically and technically for the field. And so it's been continuous with the evolution of what I've been doing. And then we can't forget in July as well, I am going to be hosting the mentorship circle through Empowering Women in Industry. And that I believe is going to be scheduled, dare I say now, for
Yes.
July 29th. So I hope to see a lot of you there for that. And then right around then, right before then, I'm going down to Springfield, Missouri. There is the Missouri Association Career and Technical Education Conference, and I have been part of the manufacturing committee to help plan the conference and just get everything rolling and keep our other instructors interested and engaged during the conference. So I've had a lot of interesting collaborations and growth. I guess I also forgot to mention, let's add another one. Here in just what, goodness, a week, I'm going to Branson, Missouri for the NAWIC Spring Forum Midwest Region Conference. And I will, as well as two other tradeswomen, be on a tradeswomen panel. So you can catch me doing a lot of things this summer. I'm going to be all over the map, but I'm excited for the challenges ahead and just am eager to just continue building my resume is how I feel like I'm in that stage of my life. I am just building a resume and progressing myself in so many ways. And I started with no experience.
And
So I
it's
think that's
so
a really cool
inspiring.
message.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. It's so inspiring to see, the growth that you and the just differences of career paths that you can go and what you can accomplish in all of these different areas. And I do think that the story of you've done it is so inspiring to the younger generation coming in. They can see themselves and they can see all of the different things. So for me, I will never forget the picture that I had with you when we're in cocktail dresses with you've got on your welding cap, and which I didn't even know it was called a cap back then. So the cap, then the hood, and then it's so rewarding to have that picture and see that we are all women in industry and that we can show up as ourselves. And what an impactful just picture and memory that just stays with us that says this is who we are, and we're showing up as that. So thank you for giving me that, and continuing to be a support for empowering women in industry and our younger generation across the board. So y'all check her out along the way. You definitely want to see her. If you can't be there in person at one of these events, this is a virtual meetup that we're going to have. And then DeIla's helped us with our fashion show. We do an industry fashion show in October. Absolutely a wonderful job as an MC last year. And just that influence that you've had on bringing in more tradeswomen to our event, that's definitely a ripple effect that you caused. And we absolutely love our tradeswomen that are part of our community.
I love it, Charlie. And I mean, it's obvious to say that without you and starting Empowering Women, it wouldn't be a place where all of us can come together like this and grow from one another. I can't begin to tell you how many connections and just like networking opportunities and then even friends that I've made through your organization, through Empowering Women in Industry, and attending the conferences and joining the monthly meetups or mentorship circles and things like that further open my circle to the women that I come across. And even our allies, there's many guys and men that I see on these. So it's not just women only. And those connections have been progressive for me in so many ways. I can't even tell you how many I've gathered over the years just through your organization. So thank you for creating Empowering Women and providing a platform like this for everyone.
Well, awesome. And DeIla, just what is your favorite way people can connect with you if they're curious?
So I'm not the biggest social media person. I try to be active. I promise I do. But you can reach me on Instagram. It's my first name dot last name. So DeIla.Ray. I'm also on LinkedIn. I have Facebook. You can find me in many places. You can reach out to me at the Career Center, the Davis Hart Career Center in Mexico, Missouri. Any of those ways are great.
Wonderful. And, thank you again. Thank you for the feedback. Thank you for encouraging people. And I do see that. Sometimes I'm jealous. I'm like, I want to be friends. Like, get me on Snapchat. But I'm not saying that you're there, but that's what I'm saying. It's like we just have that bond with people that we meet at our conferences. And this will be, our 6th year. It'll be in New Orleans on October the 10th. So I hope that y'all will consider joining us, sharing this, and celebrate the welders that you know. I mean, they are doing an amazing job. You can just look around. I can see it right now that welding was involved. And so show that appreciation as we close out National Welders Month and beyond. We don't have to just do it this month. So thank you, DeIla.
Thank you so much, Charlie. Great talking to you.
Yes.